All right, good evening, everybody. Yep, you heard that right. I'm unemployed because of AI. By the end of this speech, I want you all to ask yourselves, will AI take my job? Remember that. Back in November 2022, OpenAI released its first version of ChatGPT to the general public. I started sending a message here and there and getting this tailored response to my questions and thought, oh wow, that's a very nice chatbot. I'm gonna start using a little bit more. And I got hooked. I started using every day, mainly for my work to adjust some email language and help me create documents I needed. Years forward, mid 2024, I had become the AI guy in my company. Everything I needed to do, I used AI to boost my creativity and efficiency. And I started getting attention from the leadership. They didn't know how to solve their problems in their departments, so they come to me for assistance. I got a promotion, a very good salary increase. I changed departments, and I was now working directly with the executive leadership, the chief operating officer, the chief financial officer, the CEO. They were now trusting me to make important financial and operation decisions for the company. And I was trusting artificial intelligence to help me out. And they knew that. I was always transparent, say, hey, I ran this by my large language model. That's the result it gave me. This piece doesn't make sense, but this part makes a lot of sense because X, Y, and Z, and I think we should make this investment. They were like, all right, we trust you, Lucas. And it actually worked. All my AI based advice, backed by my personal granular review, turned out to be a success. Several people across the whole company started coming to me and ask for unrelated things. I'm talking about senior directors, vice presidents, HR. Yeah. And at this point, you might be asking, so how the heck are you unemployed because of AI then? I became extremely overwhelmed. Instead of solving only my problems, I needed to solve everybody else's problems. I knew I could do way more. I wanted to learn more. Every single week, something mind blowing dropped in the tech world, but I couldn't keep up. I didn't have time. I'm unemployed because I got fascinated by AI. I wanted to learn more, but I was so overwhelmed with my day to day work that I quit. AI made me quit my job because I was so productive using it that the spare time I was supposed to gain ended up being used to solve even more problems for other people, not for me. From the first day I was officially off work to today, I've been learning something new every single day, attending events, conferences, networking meetings, and talking to a lot of people who use AI way more than I do. 2 months put me 2 years ahead of where I would have been hadn't I quit my job. I feel now that I'm a much more valuable worker than I was with the technical skills that I gained. Because I've been talking to too many intelligent people and seeing what they're building with artificial intelligence, I can say this now for a fact. We are living in an unprecedented time in the history of the human race. If you don't know how to use AI, or you don't know what else you could use it for, ask AI. You can ask it to teach you how to use itself. That has never been possible. If you don't know how to use Excel, what do? You go to YouTube, you take a course, you ask your coworker. If you don't know how to use Claude, ask Claude. If you don't know what features Claude has, ask this to Claude. It's going to tell you. As simple as it sounds. Do you think AI will take our job? AI itself? Nah. Now, whoever knows how to use AI to do your job, they will likely take our job. And here's why. Before 1885, people were riding horses and driving carriages all over the place. Carl Benz created the first car. What happened to the carriage driver, Mr. William, who was so happy driving his carriage with Bella the horse pulling it? Bella, Bella! Well, he either became a car driver or he got unemployed. What happened to the typewriter workers when computers came along. They either learned how to type on a keyboard with a monitor attached, or they were pushed out of the workforce. For the artificial intelligence skeptics, I'm sorry to say, but it's not going away. Not because I like it, but because AI is the new electricity. It's the new internet. Do you imagine our life without electricity or without internet? I'm not talking about Instagram or your TikTok, your Discord chats. I'm talking about banking systems, GPS navigation, satellites, cross Earth communication. We are dependent on the internet. That's a reality. Unless you live in a tribe or on a faraway island. But here in society, we are dependent on the internet. And we will become dependent on artificial intelligence. It might take a few years until we are fully dependent, but it will happen. It's not if, it's when. So, if you don't want to be pushed out of the workforce, like Mr. William or the typewriter workers, here's what you could do. You could tell your favorite AI your worst work problems, tell it to ask you clarifying questions about it so you better know what you do and have more context, and then ask it how you could use it to solve these problems effectively, strategically, objectively. You gotta say those words. If you fit in the right context and give the guidelines, I promise you're gonna get surprised with the response it's gonna give you. Ladies and gentlemen, this speech was not AI generated. Thank you very much for your time. Madam Toastmasters. Thank you.